Toy Story Trivia. Woody was inspired by real-life actor and football player Woody Strode, and Woody's full name is Woody Pride, which makes perfect fucking sense in this film. Instead of a pull-string doll, Woody was originally supposed to be a ventriloquist doll. Woody's original love interest was going to be a Barbie doll. Go figure, right? And Mattel said no.
Say, isn't that mistletoe?
If Buzz was not called Buzz Lightyear, he was originally going to be called Lunar Larry, and I'm glad they changed that. In case if it wasn't obvious, Buzz's name is based off Buzz Aldrin, the second man to step onto the moon. See, it's not about Neil Armstrong, we've got to give the other two men some credit as well. And the third guy, to which I can't remember his name. Buzz Lightyear's primary colour is white, to represent the colour of astronauts, and not white privilege. Whereas green is John Lasseter's favourite colour, and purple is his wife's favourite colour. Although when I think of white, green and purple, the first thing that comes to my mind is the Joker. Instead of a slinky dog, we were supposed to get a slinky caterpillar.
Hey, where's Lenny?
Right here, Woody.
His name's Lenny because he's a pair of lens. I see, yeah. Bravo, Pixar. Bravo. Scud is a bull terrier. Woody's reaction was supposed to be a look of concern, but the director thought this was funnier, and we can agree on that.
This is Potato Head. Repeat.
Fucking hell, Mr. Spell. Combat Carol could have been G.I. Joe, but when Hasbro heard that they were going to blow it up, they immediately said no. Not to sound racist, but all the children in the party look the same. And I seriously mean that because they're the exact same model as Andy, with different skin tones and clothes. Remember, this was a first timer of things in films, so give it some consent. Woody's forehead is immune to laser light. However, it is not immune to sunlight. A headless doll called Marie Antoinette? Let's just hope the French don't lose their minds with this piece of trivia. This scene is where viewers can see Woody come to life for the first time. However, if you pay close attention on the recliner chair in the beginning, you can see his eyes slightly close. See, Pixar is very good at very subtle details that you don't see at first. There goes Wilhelm.
Buzz!
This teapot is a Utah pot.
Hey, gas, dude. You're talking to me.
Pizza Planet. Andy!
That's the location for Pixar Animation Studios. Here are two Easter eggs that you can find in most Pixar films. The Luxo ball with the red star, and the letter and numbers A113. For those who don't know, it's a room in the animation department at Carl Arts. The name originally was going to be Pizza Putt, a combination of pizzeria and a mini golf course. Some of the books behind Woody are direct-to titles of the Pixar shorts in the 80s. Hey, look at that! It's Communist Luxo Jr.
You are a toy!
That line could have been a possible title for the film, though I imagine we're not supposed to scream it out like Woody did. The moving van chase scene is loosely inspired by Wallace and Gromit's The Wrong Trousers. The Pizza Planet truck is a 1978 Gyoza Mark 7 light hauler, or as commonly known as a Toyota Hilux. A very tough truck. In fact, Jesus Christ, how could I forget this Easter egg? You can find this Toyota Hilux in most Pixar films as well. I found Mickey in a non-Disney film in Reservoir Dogs. But here he is, our first hidden Mickey in a Disney film. If I tell you this piece of creepy trivia, you won't look at the film the same way again. But apparently, you never actually get to see any of the characters blink their eyes at the same time. Only one at a time. As if Sid's rooms full of mutant toys was scary enough, here we are given characters that blink almost like reptiles. Another conspiracy I'm sniffing? Billy Crystal was offered the role for Woody, but declined. The decision was one of the biggest mistakes in his career. But later, when John Lasseter telephoned Billy's house to offer him a role in Monsters, Inc., without hesitating, he said yes to the project. Tim Allen got to voice an astronaut in 1995, while Tom Hanks got to play an astronaut in 1995. This is Tim Allen's favourite line in the movie.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
Don Rickles can't help himself. Another obvious reference for this film is the character Sarge, which is inspired by Gunnery Sergeant Hartman from Full Metal Jacket, played by R. Lee Emery, who also does the voice of Sarge. Rest in peace, good sir. The voiceover for the commercial is performed by Penn Jillette. Woody and Buzz are inspired by John Lasseter's own childhood toys. Woody is based on a pull-string Casper doll, and when he got tired of his pull-string Casper doll, he moved straight to G.I. Joe, the action figure representing Buzz. This is what Woody looked like after his drug addiction. Like with most Disney films, they wanted to make Toy Story a musical, but John Lasseter, thankfully, was against the idea.
Hit the dirt!
If Pixar would, or could, we would have seen Combat Carl's explosion. However, some 3D effects were too complex at the time. The same thing could be said for the motion of hair, and even animating liquid off of Woody's face would have been very difficult to do. You know, not long ago I just played Pac-Man, but I really should go back further and play Pong. There's Johnny Lasseter's reference from The Shining.
Stupid dog!
Could she be the grandchild of Eustace?
Stupid dog!
You know how Pixar likes to foreshadow certain characters before the next film? Well, introducing Chuckles the Clown, in which after this film's release would have taken 15 years for him to appear in Toy Story 3. This is the only Pixar film with opening titles. This is Randy Newman's first music score for an animated feature film. This song took 1 day just to write. You know how artists sometimes like to put their signatures into their work? Well, apparently Tia W. Crater decided to put hers on the back of the Pizza Planet truck. Out of a runtime of 81 minutes, it is the shortest Toy Story movie in the franchise. The highest grossing movie of 1995.
Money, money, money!
Toy Story is the first feature film computer animated film, and Pixar's first feature film.
Alright, double prizes!
800,000 machine hours and 114,240 animation frames in total to make this whole effing movie. The first animated film in Oscar history to be nominated for Best Screenplay. American Film Institute listed Toy Story 6 greatest animated films of all time. Like most people, we don't really trust Rotten Tomatoes, but apparently this film and its sequel, Toy Story 2, have both got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is quite impressive. So, are you telling me that out of all the years it's been on Rotten Tomatoes, it hasn't received a negative review? Toy Story is one of my favourite animated films of all time. But it is sad to see now, because there are so many great actors that did provide the voices in the movie that have sadly passed away. These actors shall not be forgotten for the work that they have provided not just in Toy Story, but throughout their film career. And we'd like to thank you from the bottom of our heart for providing your entertainment to the world.
If only you could see how much Andy misses you.
That's all the time I have for trivia. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, take off an adventure beyond the imagination.
See? Now, what did I tell you? Right where you left them.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.